For this project you are going to want some black yarn, a small amount of white, a hook, some scissors and a needle. To begin, take your black yarn and create a slip knot, and then chain 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's our chain of 17. Now what you're going to do is go into the second chain from hook and slip stitch into the back loop. You're then going to single crochet the next 6 chains. There's our 6 chains. And you're going to skip 2 chains and go into the 3rd chain for a single crochet, and you're going to single crochet into the rest of the chains along. Is our first row. From here you want to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to single crochet into the next 12 stitches. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And what you want to do once you finish your 12th stitch is turn your work, and you're going to slip stitch into those first 2 stitches, and you want to keep your tension quite tight here for these first 2 slip stitches. Once you've done that, you're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Okay, there's our 3, and now you're going to single crochet 2 together. So you're going to go in, yarn over, pull through, and not pull through, you're going to go into the next stitch, and you're going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to pull through those 3 loops together. And then you're going to single crochet into the next 4. Once you've done that, you just want to turn your work, and again we're going to slip stitch into those first 2 stitches. And you want to keep that quite tight. And then you're going to single crochet into the next 3. And then you're going to single crochet 2 together. So again, you don't pull through and you go into the next stitch, and then once you've done that you pull through all 3, and then you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Once you've done that, you want to turn your work, and then you're going to chain 3. You're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook, single crochet into the next stitch, and then slip stitch back onto the body into the next stitch. You're then going to slip stitch across the next 4 stitches, and when you get to there, you're going to chain 4. And again, we're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook, single crochet into the next chain, and half double crochet into that last chain. And then you're going to skip 1 stitch and go into that last stitch with a slip stitch. There is our wing done. You just want to chain 1, pull up a loop and cut your yarn. And you want to make 2 of these. Now I would grab your needle and weave in the ends until you get to the edge at the bottom by the other tail end, and you can use this tail end to attach the wing to the body. So for the body, you want to take your black again, create a slip knot and chain 5. Going into the second chain from hook, you want to do 1 half double crochet and repeat this along into the last 3 chains. So 4 half double crochets in total. Once you've done that, you just want to chain 1 and turn. Into the first stitch, do 2 half double crochets and 2. Into the next 2 stitches, do 1 half double crochet in each, and into the last stitch do another 2 half double crochets. And then chain 1 and turn. On this row, you just want to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch along. So 6 half double crochets in total. Once you've done that, you just want to chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to start decreasing again now, so we're going to do a half double crochet decrease. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all the stitches on your hook. You're going to go into all the stitches along until the last 2 stitches with just a half double crochet, and into those last 2 stitches you're going to do another half double crochet decrease. You're then going to chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to continue doing this, a half double crochet decrease into the first stitches and the last 2 stitches until we reach a point. So once you get to here, you will have a decrease in the first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches, leaving us with 2 stitches left on the next row. You're going to chain 1 and work your final decrease. And then you just want to chain 1, pull up a loop and cut your yarn. And that is the body done. You just want to weave in those tail ends. You're going to take your black yarn again, create a slip knot, and chain 4. You're going to slip stitch into that first chain to create a ring, chain 1, and we're going to put 10 half double crochets into that ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here you're going to slip stitch back into that first half double crochet, and now you're going to chain 3. You're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook, single crochet into that next chain, and slip stitch into the next stitch across. You're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3 again, slip stitch into that second chain from hook, single crochet into the next chain, and slip stitch into the next stitch. You're then going to pull up some yarn, cut your yarn, and pull through. And that is your head done. And there are all our pieces. What I've done is taken the yarn across to the ends here on both the wings, and also using my needle taken the tail ends down to the bottom on the head as well. I'm just going to attach one of these tail ends to my needle and just carefully stitch on the wings to the body. just catching it through on the end stitch of the body and through the end stitch of the wing. And you want to repeat this with both the wings and the same with the head. Once you've finished attaching your pieces, you want to weave in the tail ends. I like to tie a knot in the two tail ends before I weave them in. So repeat that with all of your pieces, and I will meet you back for the final step. Okay, there are all our pieces attached together, and this is what you have. You now want to take your small amount of white and your needle, and all you want to do is cut off a small section and tie a knot in the centre, and then another knot over the top of that last knot. Attach your needle to one end of the yarn, and these are going to be our eyes. Pull your end through, and then you want to take your needle off and attach it to the other end. And put that side through as well. And there is one of our eyes. What you want to do is turn your work over and tie a knot in the back with those two tail ends. And you can weave in the ends a little bit. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to see the white on the other side. And repeat this with the other eye. And you want to make sure that you're catching your yarn over something so that when you tie the backs you don't pull the front knot all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and weave in those ends. I will see you back once I've done that. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you've got those ends done. What you want to do now is pin and block this piece to help it hold its shape, and you are done.